man came with his penis and put it in my mouth. And then he came again and he slept with me last week, and I told the pastor that I need deliverance again. And since then, my private part has been itching.
It's been itching?
Yes.
Look at demon. Look, oral sex, demon. You see oral sex? Look, oral sex. Look. You oral sex. Use oral sex. Let that sperm of that man out. Out, you demon. Out. Demon in the private part. Watch what happens. Hey. Come out from the private. Come out from the private. Come out from the private. Come on! Go.
For advertising opportunities for the following show, email us at cornerpubsports@gmail.com.
Welcome to the best pubcast around, Corner Pub Sports, bringing you sports, beer, and beyond. Catch the show live every Friday night at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Or get the show wherever you download your favorite podcasts. It's time to grab a cold one, kick your feet up, and enjoy the show. Welcome to the pub.
Hey, this is Riley Cote, and you're listening to Corner Pub Sports.
Corner Pub Sports.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Yo.
What's going on?
You got to stay away from those oral sex demons.
Yeah, people want to pay to download this podcast.
Dude, look at the comments already.
I know. Oh man, that was. Yeah, just look up oral sex demon. You'll get to see that video. Welcome, everybody. As only we can welcome you, I guess. Corner Pub Sports coming here live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and of course you download it. And we thank you guys so much.
That opening.
We don't do the Satchel thing anymore. That got old, I guess.
We're not there yet.
Yeah. We have it in the intro now. We don't have to do that anymore.
I'm lost for words.
You're a loss for words for that?
I'm a loss for words.
That was the one that got you? That one?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Fucking Twitter. Fucking Twitter's telling me I don't have a fucking internet connection. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, I hope you guys have an internet connection because you're watching us and listening to us.
I wouldn't be on the show if I didn't have an internet connection.
That's right. As we always do, start it off. What are you boys drinking during our nonsense tonight? Bacardi and rum for Ryan. What do you got?
Bacardi and rum. I got Bacardi and rum.
Yes.
Mark's got a Heineken. I'm still on the lager train. I'm still doing the England lager.
Yeah, I'm trying to take it easy. I was out late. Went out with coworkers for the first time in like a year.
6:30.
Went out at 6:30.
Oh, okay.
Came back, left the place, closed the place down at about 11:15.
All right.
On a Thursday night?
On a Thursday night.
Man, you animal.
Fucking alcoholic.
Fucking animal. You
Like living back in my 20s.
Animals. No, nobody wants to see her
human
naked.
being, man. A human being.
He's a fucking animal.
Fucking animals.
Fucking jitbag.
So why don't we before we get to that, tonight we're going to talk some Phillies. Things have changed since our last show with the Phils. A little different.
Basically, it's the equivalent of getting erect and then your penis getting soft. Is that basically about it?
Like blue balls.
Is that the preview?
I think that was the blue ball Phillies.
Mm-hmm. But
we got while you were. What's that?
To quote Gary from last week, let's relax, man. Like when it gets warm, when it gets warm, this lineup's going to be much better.
80 degrees. 80 degrees.
I hope so.
We'll do while you were drunk. We got some Flyers talk. We're going to talk some NFL draft.
It's definitely not like a scene from Goodfellas because the bats are silent.
I'll go home and get you fucking box.
Wouldn't that be more casino though?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember that many bats and.
Yeah, I heard he's doing.
Dominic. 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 Dominic.
Is that my daughter in there?
That's my daughter in there.
Is that my brother in there?
No, Tommy. No, Tommy.
No, Tommy. This motherfucker's still alive. Like he's mad that he's not dead yet.
We got NFL draft. We got Fuck You Ben. We haven't done Fuck You Ben in a while. We got Corner Pop Popcorn. But let's start with the Sixers. Sixers right now, as we're on the air right now, they're up on the Clippers by quite a bit. They're playing pretty good ball right now. But
where's your Sixers going, bro?
It's halftime. They're up 12.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a little behind. About 5 seconds behind, it looks like.
Yep, me 5.5. Yep.
76ers.
Yeah, and I had the Sixers song on here. I just haven't put it on there because, I don't know. It's not the same, but I love myself.
10, 9, 8, 76ers.
When we're all together and, doing it live.
I'm going to start this by, we all love Doc Rivers, right? So me personally, this is the first time I'm going to criticize him. That game against the Nets, the Sixers were up 22. And then he had Korkmaz, he had Mike Scott, he had Shake Milton.
That name.
I forget the other two he had on the floor. So the Sixers are up 22. In a blink of an eye, they're only up 14. And he still didn't bring anybody else back in. And then before you knew it, they were only up 6. Then he brings
number 2 large with a Shake Milton.
Is that what it was? Were they only up 6 when they brought him in? I thought there was more like 10.
All right, it might have been 10, 8, whatever.
Yeah.
But still, like he had that lineup in the game way too long. Way too long.
Well, no, I mean, I thought he was trying to give him rest.
I don't care if you have rest. You can't blow that game, dude. I don't care about the rest. What's good's the rest if you lose that game?
Well, it's not good if you lose the game, but the fact is that if you hold serve the rest of the game like they've done a few different times, then you get both. You get the, they even the bench shouldn't have given up the lead against that sad team with Kyrie Irving.
They shouldn't have, but they did, and he had up in the blink of an eye. They cut it down to 14 from 22. Right there, you bring somebody back in. Right? Yeah. So, and then he did the same thing at the end of the first quarter and the beginning of the second quarter tonight. He had Mike Scott, Shake Milton, Tyrese Maxey, Furkan Korkmaz, and the Tolliver dude.
Tolliver, yeah.
On the floor. The lead went from 18 to 8.
Yeah.
Quick.
Really quick. So the bench having problems, that's a big issue. I get that. But him as the coach, you don't let them, you got to keep your foot on their throat.
I know, tonight, here's the thing. I understand why you pull, Ben in the middle of the first there. He just had his second foul called on him and, give him a couple minutes here. You're up by 15 or whatever it was at that point tonight. But, to have those 5 out there at the same time when your lead is shrinking, you can't. How can you not have either Joel or Ben on the floor or
Danny Green?
Right.
Well,
Tobias is hurt. That's right. He's hurt right now. Yeah.
So, at any given point tonight,
or Danny Green. Yeah, why not have Danny Green? At one of your starters out there still.
Right. At any given point, unless you're up by 30, one of them 3 should be on the floor at all times.
Yeah, I have to just throw this out here and ask, what the fuck happened to Tyrese Maxey? He is an absolute liability at this point. He went from seeming to have some promise to he shouldn't even be on the team.
Well, he's not getting minutes.
I know, but he's not earning them either.
Fucking cell phone. He needs more minutes.
Yeah, that's old school.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
like Nextel.
Yeah.
You went Nextel on us. Beep, beep. Remember how like how arrogant like you felt like when you had one of those like in the supermarket.
I never had one. I hated them phones. I never had one.
You never had one?
Sean was all excited about it.
Yeah,
I fucking hate any like them phones. Like the dudes were douchebags with them phones. I hated them fucking phones.
Damn, Sean.
I guess I was fucking
you were a douchebag. Sean.
I actually cannot deny that. I can't deny that.
That blue, get the fuck out of here with that
smoky oaky barbecue flavor.
Yeah, what are you, a fucking pilot or something? Get out of here with blue.
Over and out.
Buy, sell.
Yeah.
Mar said he had a crank phone. Not a phone you called to get some crank, but a crank phone.
What the fuck's a crank phone?
What's a crank phone?
Why can't it be both?
It could be. It was.
What's a crank phone?
I know. I had a beeper for a while, and
I had a beeper.
Yeah, like that had a bad reputation. And you were involved with drug dealing if you had a beeper. Like, come on.
Yeah.
There was no I didn't have a cell phone.
I never had a beeper. I went from like nothing to a cell phone. I was one of the first ones to get a cell phone because I started at college, and cell phones were just getting popular. And it was, since I was kind of long distance, it ended up I kind of ran some numbers and talked to my mom into saying this is going to be about the same cost as it would be for if I was to call you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, all right. And then it was like the free after 9 or something. So if you called at 7:59, you got fucked for like 100 minutes for a phone. Like
I'll call you back. When you call her back.
Yeah. Can you call me after 9 o'clock? My minutes are free.
Man, I tell you, God, I tell you, it's just crazy.
As soon as you're done, send me a page. I'll call you. I'll text me.
Page me. I'll get back.
69 was the number on your beeper. Like, I know who that is.
Yeah.
Boobies.
Oh man. But anyway, get back to
the I forget what the code was for a nickel bag when you would beat the certain dude.
So you actually fit that stereotype.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, this guy gave me a 2.
Oh yeah. I don't know why you brought that up, but that was funny.
You believe he gave me a 2?
Yeah, so I'm in high school, right? I don't know why you brought this up, right? And Mr. Nicastro, the algebra teacher, right? Yo,
because Mr. Nicastro was notorious for taking your beeper.
Oh, all right, yeah, all right. So Mr. Nicastro, he was an old miserable fuck, but I liked him. He was a funny guy.
So damn SBS, smart guy.
So this dude, like, he gave him his test back, right? And he's walking away from the desk after he gave him his test. He's like, yo, this motherfucker gave me a 2. Not a 0. He gave me a 2. How the fuck did he get a 2?
Out of 100?
Real big on the page. And red, he wrote 2.
You're a smart guy.
Well, you got the whole speech. You gave it a whole like sit down speech. Like get your act together. You got to.
Yeah. I sent you down to SBS, smart guy.
When are you gonna grow up to make something of yourself? What do you want to do?
I gave you a 2 because you're garbage.
Yeah, you got a 2. How you feel about that? Take that.
I don't want you to end up like your retarded brother I had.
Well, it wasn't me. It was some other dude. Like I aced algebra.
Oh.
But since we're on that subject,
Miss Ward,
yo, there is a story.
I harassed the piss out of her.
I got a story too.
So Gary was in the graduating class of this school in 90. I was in the graduating class in 98, although I didn't graduate there because I got thrown out, but that's another story. So this teacher, Miss Ward, my sophomore homeroom teacher, dude, she had an ass. It was like this. You could have put a case of beer on that, right? So she would for the first month and a half of school, she's harassing me. The first thing she said to me is, I put up with your brother's bullshit for 4 years. I'm not putting up with yours. So like a month and a half. So in like a month and a half, she's harassing me. So finally I said to her, stop your fucking bitching. I didn't do nothing to you. Stop blaming me for what my brother did to you. Leave me the fuck alone.
I left a lasting impression.
So she was like, "You can't talk to me like that." I said, "I'm talking to you the way you talk to me. Leave me the fuck alone. Stop blaming me for what my brother did to you. He's not here anymore. Let it go. Stop bitching. Christ."
You old fat bitch!
Exactly.
You fat bitch!
What's your
Like you could have put a case of beer on that ass.
Yo, she's the one I put a paper dick on her chair.
Wayne, it's halftime.
Yeah, it's halftime. It's halftime, Wayne.
Yeah. So speaking of the 2 instead of the 0, that was like at my wedding, and I'm not a greedy fuck or anything, but we get all the.
You only consider yourself a 2, Mike?
Yeah.
Have some confidence, man.
So
He's a.
we're going through our gifts and everything, and one person gave us like a $10 bill for a wedding.
It's pretty nice.
I was like, you like if you can't afford it, we get it. Like that's cool. Like a card's cool, but like the $10 is like I would have rather you given me nothing than like the $10 is like almost a slap in the face.
Yeah, it's almost more of an insult.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get a new frying pan set. What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck? You can't give me $40.
I'm sorry about that. Mike,
Like, what's up with the crock? Where's the crock pot at?
Well, I wasn't gonna name you by name. I like it.
What do you want?
It was I left it anonymous for a reason.
I can't get a Tupperware set.
All right, let's get it back.
You're lucky I came to your
fucking Ginsu knife. Like,
You're lucky I came to your wedding. You
how about a Ginsu knife and a thank you?
Spatula. All right, so the Sixers. So Doc Rivers, his rotations are a little questionable as of late. But look, they beat the Nets. They're still in first place right now.
Win's a win.
Yeah. And in that sense, that gives you like a game and a half lead because you got the tiebreaker.
All right, and that's big. I mean, the Sixers had to win that game. You could not lose to that team without Durant playing. First of all, I got to comment on that. Why Kevin Durant had rest that night of all nights?
Why didn't they rest him against Minnesota, a garbage team that you probably could have beat without him?
I think it's
like to have a game time to have a
I think it's intentional because the same thing happened the last time we played the Nets.
You think they don't want to show their hand?
Exactly. They don't want to get exposed. You know their big three in Brooklyn has only played 7 games together?
Yeah.
That's going to hurt them in the playoffs. I don't care.
Absolutely. And when they did play together, their defense was horrendous.
Yep.
Isn't their poor defense going to haunt them in the playoffs?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're thinking.
Absolutely will. I don't know. I'm not so sure. Like, everyone's putting the Sixers and Nets in the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm not so sure they make it.
Yeah, I don't know if the Nets can pass the Bucks.
Right. I'm looking at the Bucks going, they can shoot the lights out on you. Who's to say the Bucks won't beat them in 6 or
Which
7?
is all the more reason that trying to lock down that number 1 seed.
It's huge because then you avoid the Bucks in the second round.
Well, look, Kyrie Irving might sit out in the playoff game because of personal reasons, right? I mean, Harden's been on and on. I mean, he's been playing here and there, but Durant's ailing. I mean, he's had some leg issues, and they just lost Aldridge. Aldridge just retired.
Yeah,
he's 49 points shy of 20,000 for his career.
Oh wow!
Wow!
I didn't know he had. So because someone was having a discussion today and said, "Is he a Hall of Famer?" I'm like, nah. I'm like, he's a nice player. He's a nice player.
I think the Blazers should put his number up in the rafters.
Mm-hmm.
He was a hell of a player in Portland. Hell of a player.
Yeah, and if you really think about Portland, I mean,
right? Who is it? Clyde?
Yeah.
Might be a couple numbers up there. That's about it.
I'm thinking about Portland when I pour cement.
Clyde Drexler, Clyde DeGray,
Clyde to Clyde.
Oh, that was another thing too. Like the best nicknames in sports, and Clyde the Glide was on there. I'm like, okay, I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Round bound to rebound.
Yeah, I was on there too.
Who was it? Round bound the rebound. Who's that?
Round mound of rebound. That was Charles.
Round mound of rebound.
Oh yeah, all right, yeah.
The answer.
Yeah.
See, no one had that, and that's
really
a concrete Charlie, the Minister of Defense.
The truth.
How about
Dr. J.
How about Black Mamba? Oh wait, you can't name your own nickname, so that doesn't.
That's
count.
right. That doesn't count.
Yeah.
The truth.
The truth.
The truth was good.
Yeah.
The answer wasn't on there, huh?
I didn't see the answer on there. But did you know that? What's his face? JJ Watt. They call him the Axeman. I didn't know that.
Really? I thought there was Trotter.
Yeah. So did I. I was like, nah, that doesn't count. Oh no, was it Watt or? Yeah, it must have been Watt. I think it was Watt. They had as the Axeman. I'm like, I didn't know that was his nickname. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, Wayne Trout agrees. He said, I agree that they should hang Aldridge's jersey up in Portland. Again, I mean, he's a really nice player. I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer, but he's a nice player. And
he's not a Hall of Famer.
It's a shame, man. A regular heartbeat kind of sidelined him. He basically put his health ahead of everything. That's a shame. So,
yeah.
That's what he said in his statement. Like, I dedicated my life to basketball for however many years. I got to dedicate my life to my health and my family.
Yep. Well, fuck him. He's gone, and the Sixers beat his old team. So
he might not have got. I mean, this might sound crazy. He might not have been in the playoff rotation. Him or Blake Griffin wouldn't have been in the playoff rotation anyway, because that Claxton kid's playing really, really well.
Yeah, he's your new man crush.
I just don't. How do you acquire Aldridge and Blake Griffin and not play him in the playoffs though? I don't know.
It's hard to keep that kid Claxton out of the rotation.
Not speaking of Claxton, hair. What's up?
Speaking of playoff rotations, so the Sixers are about to get George Hill back.
Yes.
Whose minutes does he take? Because Korkmaz is playing pretty well.
Mike Scott's.
He wouldn't have been in the rotation anyway.
Yeah, so how many? They got to go 9, right? I guess they're going 9 deep, 8 deep.
I don't think
Dwight Howard's obviously. So Dwight Howard's in.
So that would be Shake.
Tyler's probably out. I tell you what, I don't know about Shake. Although
that's true.
Your other option.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It would be George Hill.
I guess George Hill.
Did George Hill bring up the ball?
Yeah, he could play point.
Okay.
Well,
maybe Shake's the odd man out. I didn't think about that. But Shake hasn't been.
I didn't even think of that. Maybe
he's having a rough couple games here. I mean, he does some boneheaded things. Actually, at the end of the first half in the Nets game, there's like a second left, and they
don't want to foul him.
Yeah. Oh, he fouled Kyrie for no reason. The only shot he has is to heave it across the court. That's it. Why'd you foul him? You just gave him 2 extra points, didn't it? Like, fucking bonehead. It was one of the most boneheaded plays I've seen by this team all year.
Mm-hmm.
So
Ben Simmons with another steal.
Yeah, Wayne's still talking about Aldridge. He's not a Hall of Famer, but his dedication to Portland. Absolutely, and there's guys here in Philly that have their numbers retired, and you're like, I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer, but he definitely dedicated his time here. Well, we talk about it all the time. The Phillies Wall of Fame is a little different. Their number's not retired, but I guess it's a little easier basketball. I mean, there's only 12 guys and there's 99 numbers. So, when you start getting baseball, football, man, it starts getting a little hairy as far as retiring numbers.
Can we fucking just cut Mike Scott right now?
See, you're ahead of schedule.
How many people are going to have to go to tattoo removal services to get the Mike Scott Hive tattoo removed? Yeah. Man, Mike Scott.
It stinks.
Yeah.
I tell you, man. I don't know. I'm off his train, and I'm getting off the Shake Milton train. I'm
like snot.
I feel bad. One of our friends here on the show, Justin.
Doesn't mean that he's not a nice guy. He just can't play basketball.
He just sucks
right now.
He just sucks. It doesn't mean I hate him.
He raced our buddy Justin a couple of years ago, 2 summers ago. In the track in South Philly, and was real nice to the fans and all that stuff. The people that came out and supported, and all that. And he caught this city by storm. The short time he was here to that point, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, it's Mike Scott. He's the blue collar guy," and now he's on a really good team, and he looks way out of place.
Yeah.
Way out of place. He's a muck and grinder, Mike.
Yeah. He's He's not going to be on the rotation when the playoffs come. So he's a minute eater. He's below average. Just
He's only
guy.
playing because they're so short-handed tonight.
Yeah.
Like you said, he's just a body.
Yeah. So I mean, looking at the rotation, if you want to take Shake out, that would make perfect sense because you're going to need defense anyway. So you got Thibault, you got Hill, you got to have Howard, and then Korkmaz, right? That's your.
I think that's it.
Yeah. That's
and
it.
I mean, I know that ends up being 9.
Yeah, I mean, they'll use 9 like sparingly.
But I guess Korkmaz is probably still the odd man out because it depends on the series. I mean, you probably want more defense against the Nets.
Yeah, so the Thibault will probably get more minutes than Korkmaz.
Yeah, you switch out Thibault and Korkmaz a little bit, assuming that George Hill comes back and plays well.
Situations that you get to, if it's defensive situation, Thibault's your guy, right? You need a lockdown, stand. Thibault's the guy, and if you're looking for maybe a quick slash or maybe a 3, then you go the other route. You go Korkmaz. Yeah. You need some generate some offense. That's the way you go. It's a fuel of the game, and I think it's going to be interesting to see Doc with this roster in the playoffs.
Yeah, how much different it is from the previous coach.
Right. So that should be fun. What are you expecting before we move on from the Sixers? What are you guys expecting from George Hill when he gets in there?
I think it's going to take some time to knock some rust off.
Yeah, but
go ahead,
Mike. I think in the playoffs, he's going to solidify the bench. He's a veteran that's been a good shooter for his whole career. He can handle the ball. He can play a little bit of defense, and let's not forget, like, he's not a stud, but let's not forget this guy was traded for Kawhi Leonard at one point in his career. So the guy's got some skill, man.
All right. Yeah, I think he's going to add the veteran leadership a little bit with the team. Once he starts being a little more acclimated with the guys, I guess. I don't know how much he's been around them right now, to be honest with you. I know he's with the team technically, but once he's on the floor and you get to see him kind of become a little bit of a veteran general for them, for that bench, that'll be good to see. And you get 10, 11, 12 points from him.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So
yeah, you think about a defense. I mean, I know offensively, you think about a defense. If you're throwing Thibault, you're throwing Simmons, you're throwing Hill, you're throwing Danny Green, you got Embiid still back there, and every once in a while, Korkmaz will D up a little bit too.
Your perimeter defense looks really, really good.
And then your perimeter defense looks good, and if you get into the paint, good luck.
And Embiid and Howard,
right? And you're talking about, like, you can't switch off. Like you can't set picks to switch off. You get rid of Simmons. All right, you're switching off with Hill. Like, still not great.
No, like that they cause so many matchup problems for anybody they'll play. And I know we're about to get off on the Sixers, but I'm going to say this: like, you hear, if you listen to
you're going to get off on the Sixers.
I'm coming day and night.
I know it. I know it was coming. Yeah,
but just look for the playoffs before we get off on the Sixers.
But I'm going to end with this. Like, you hear, like, a lot of people saying, the Nets didn't play this guy. The Sixers don't do this. I'm
going to score when it comes to sports.
Let's stop worrying about what other teams do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to go to war against any team with this team. Like, I am so confident in them. I'll take my chances against anybody in the NBA in a 7-game series with this team, especially if this team has home court advantage. I know home court advantage can be overrated, but it matters in game 1 and game 7.
You know what the other thing is? The number 1 seed, it may not always pan out for you, but it gives you confidence.
Right.
I think, sitting at the number 3 seed, number 4 seed, or whatever that they've been sitting around and stuff like that, they're a little more ho-hum. You get that number 1 seed, you're walking with your chest out.
Yeah.
Before we completely move on, did you hear about the Allen Iverson jersey story?
Yes, I did.
Dude, this is amazing.
Yes, this is awesome.
So Billy King was on a podcast. Do you remember who it was with, Ryan?
Was it the?
I forget who he was talking to. But,
it's an NBA podcast. Like,
yeah,
it's a
I
national
can't remember
podcast.
who
I forget what it's called.
Probably bigger than ours.
A little bit.
So he was on this podcast and he talked about how they used to have to hide on Jersey because he would play injured. Like that's one of the reasons why we loved him so much. Like, he gave it his all, no matter how he was feeling, how he was, if he was hurting, whatever, it didn't matter. So basically, Billy King says when he was injured, we knew he couldn't play. We used to hide his jersey because he'd come to the locker room looking for his jersey. We'd lock it somewhere so he couldn't get it. So one time in New York, he found his jersey, but we didn't have any shoes for him. So he was trying to send the ball boy to Foot Locker around the corner. He said, just give me a pair of those Reeboks. I can play in those. Then he pointed to an attendant. What size are you? Just give me those shoes, because he wanted to play so bad.
That's so awesome.
How awesome is that? Like, oh man, love that dude, man.
Yep,
love him.
He's arguably the He's arguably the greatest.
That's a wrong clip. Sorry.
He's the answer.
He's arguably the greatest Sixer ever. Like, he's my all-time favorite player.
Giddy up.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I got to go Wilt.
Or even maybe Dr. J. Dr. J. Like I said, you can make the argument that he's the greatest Sixer ever.
Yeah.
The thing is, Wilt. I mean, you get to see Wilt play though.
Right. Yeah, I mean, for who we've seen, I mean, my favorite's still going to be Charles.
Mm-hmm.
But Iverson was better than Charles.
Yeah, I'd go Iverson over Charles.
Well, I'm saying my favorite player, not the best.
Yeah.
Who was the guy that left the fucking footprint on fucking Bruce Lee's chest?
That's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
He wasn't a Sixer.
Oh, I'm just saying.
I love my guys.
Oh, okay. Gary's just trying
to be a part of it.
He's just trying to be involved in a basketball conversation.
He's like, we got almost talking basketball. I
got something
all over him.
Mark said Manu Bowl.
Mark said Manu Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I missed these. Oh yeah, there he is. Oh man, Polsky. Mark saw a 6 game and New Bowl was playing. He was yelling at him, harassing him the whole time. He's like, look at that fucking guy. He's like a fucking stick. He's yelling at him.
He was almost 8 foot tall, yo.
Mark said, nice try, Gary.
Oh, well.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
Good job.
Attaboy.
Attaboy.
So things have kind of changed for the Phillies.
Man.
So, yep.
Fuck you! I'm trying to help you, motherfucker.
There's no helping them right now. Although they're playing well tonight right now, but they've had a rough go at it over the last week. They started 5-1, and they are now 6-6. They're probably going to be 7-6 after tonight. They're up 6-0 right now.
As the fucking strikeouts, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Strikeouts.
All right. But let's keep this in perspective. Who did we all pick to win the division? Like the majority of us picked the Braves, didn't we?
Did we pick them? Did we pick the Phillies to be better than the Mets?
I think I had them ahead of the Mets personally.
Yeah. I think I did.
But the Braves are 5-8,
Mm-hmm.
so like it's early. And again, not to quote Gary, when the weather warms up, the lineup's going to wake up.
What's temperature, Gary?
80 degrees, brother.
80 degrees.
My biggest concern, honestly, is Aaron Nola. If he's not what we all need him to be, like the Phillies aren't going to be where we think they can be.
On him aside, Matt Moore, he's a problem.
But he's not like you can get past your 4th starter. Like you can figure something out, bro. If your number 1 starter is throwing 80 pitches in 5 innings, you're not going to survive.
You're asking for trouble.
He's our number 1 pitcher, but he's had stretches where he's been a number 1 pitcher, but has he ever put it together for a prolonged period of time, enough to where
I think he did. I think the second half of 18 maybe, and then all of 19, he had a really nice. That's where I started to believe, wow, this guy he's an ace.
But the last 2 years, the second half of the season, he struggled.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially, I mean, look, last year, we've talked about it. Last year was such a wash. Just 55 games is not a baseball season. 55 games.
You're just figuring out who you are.
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous. I mean, think about it. That's not even All-Star break time. I mean, that's end of May, right? I mean, just about. You're April into May. I mean, that's not enough time to even go through your rotation enough to see what you got going on. Although we knew what the bullpen was. We knew what that was. So
you knew that after 2 games.
Oh, God. Yeah. Thank God we're past that. Because if anything, I know that they're not winning games right now, but it's not because of the bullpen.
No.
You know, they're not hit. They weren't hitting the ball. They just were struggling hitting the ball. It made some stupid defensive miscues.
Center field has been terrible.
Yeah.
Well, tonight you're starting Mickey Moniak tonight, and from what I've heard, he's getting a serious look at the position. So you're going to see him more than Roman Quinn.
I mean,
he got to. I mean, it's a damn shame that Roman Quinn can't do it. Can't play.
He can't get on base. He can run 90 miles an hour. He can't get on fucking base.
Roman Quinn, 17 at bats, 9 strikeouts.
Yeah,
right, because he's trying to hit home runs. Just bunt the fucking ball.
So far, Moniak has a walk and a run scored, and a strikeout. So no hit yet. But it's you got to have some kind of production out of that position. So Adam Hazley left the team abruptly. I want to bring this up. No one knows why. No one's sure why he left. It's a personal thing. All that happened was between him and Joe Girardi. Basically said it was for the best on both parties. So
I think Joe Girardi's always been against the Adam Hazley thing. I think he wanted to go with Roman Quinn or Moniak, and he was told to do otherwise. Because you hear some of the things, like he defends some of the shit that Roman Quinn does, but he has no problem calling out Adam Hazley. Like, yeah, that's a ball I thought should have been caught. You know what I mean? So to me, it just seems like he wanted to go with Roman Quinn and he was told to go with Hazley. Mm-hmm. So there's been like a I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but there's been like a rift there.
Animosity.
Yeah. So Hazley probably. I mean, number one, you hope his family's okay. You hope he's okay, like health-wise. But it just seems like they were clashing.
It seems like he's taking his ball and going home.
Yeah.
Right.
It probably dropped 3 feet in front of him.
It's now a 3-point game.
What? Seriously?
Yep.
Jesus Christ, man. They were up fucking... Oh, man. That's horrible. Horrible.
Look at Joe. Oh my God, Joel fucking Embiid. Like this fucking give him the MVP right now. Like I don't.
It doesn't care. It doesn't matter how many.
I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. He's only going to play 52 games or something like that.
I don't know. Like
you'll see it. I'm sorry.
I'm not watching the game. I'm trying to do a show. What the fuck? I'm trying to do a fucking show. He's going.
Well, I'm making sure the people are updated.
Yeah, I need to know what I'm going to see 5 minutes from now.
Oh, fucking Christ. I know. I'm like sitting there like, all right, so what the fuck happened here? Oh, man. All right, here's a question here from Spider Cheetah. As a fan, this is off of YouTube. As a fan, who's your defensive player of the year? Rudy Gobert, Ben Simmons?
That may sound biased, but I'm going Ben Simmons.
Same thing. Yeah. Bias, but I'm going Ben Simmons, and I'm going Ben Simmons because he could defend 1 through 5. Can't defend 5 well, but at least he could body up.
Mm-hmm.
So and like the guy's not a scorer, but he still affects the game majorly. So if he's not a scorer, like he's affecting the game that much on the defensive side of the ball. Look at their defense efficiency when he doesn't play.
Right. It's a major discrepancy. No offense to Rudy Gobert is a good defender. I mean, he's very solid. He's just, I don't know. I just look at Ben and I'm just like, when you look at what he's done, not only this year, and I know it goes by this year, but when you look at what he's done in the past years and how he's improved that defensive position, and what, like last year, I think there was a stat. It was like, of the All-Stars he faced, they averaged like, I think he gave it like 26 total points to the All-Stars he played against or something last year. At one point last year.
It's a percentage thing more than anything, though. Like when he faces All-Stars, like their shooting percentage
is low too. Yeah.
Like Kyrie went off the other night. I think, what do you have, 37?
Yeah.
But like you got to look at the overall shooting percentage against guys he defends, man.
Mm-hmm.
And he's on the. I'm sorry, I'm going on but he's on the other team's best player every night.
Mm-hmm. He says, I like Simmons, but Gobert's numbers are crazy. I think on the Raptors stat sheet, Gobert has the best defensive season in NBA's history. Second was Ben Wallace.
Yeah, but that's not this year. That's not this year.
So I'll have to look it up. I mean, really have to do a side by side and see what, defensive efficiency rating and all that, shooting percentage against all that stuff. Let's really look into it. I'm just kind of looking at what I see out of
yeah, and we don't. It's hard because let's be honest, we really don't get a chance to watch Gobert all that often.
It's rare if the Sixers aren't playing them and they're not on national TV. On ESPN, we're not seeing them.
And even if they're on national TV, we're probably not tuning in.
Yeah, and you ask someone out there who it is, they're going to say Gobert. So it's hard. It's difficult to say, but
all right. So he said, it's this year.
Yeah.
All right. If that's true, like you schooled me, it may be Gobert.
And the Raptor stat is the top echelon because for defensive efficiency, I guess, or
I'm not
so many different ones.
I'm not 100% sure what the Raptor stat is, but if he's having the second best defensive season in NBA history, you probably got to give him the Defensive Player of the Year.
But he's won it a couple years in a row too, and I wonder if you get a little bit of fatigue going on with that too.
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah, like they don't want to give it to the same guy over and over and over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
but all right, if he doesn't win it, like
I think that's hurt LeBron. I think he should have been MVP more than he has been, and he's been in quite a bit.
He win it 4?
Yeah, something like that. I think maybe more than that. But like, there's been times where he looked like the front runner, and they just didn't give it to him because it's like, you know what, let's give it to someone else.
Yeah.
I think that definitely has a play in it. Absolutely.
Yeah, but you know what the other thing with James is though, he does enough to get to the playoffs. I mean, usually they're a high seed, but I mean, James turns it on in the playoffs. Like, and during the regular season, James usually statistically isn't the best player in the league. You find somebody like Westbrook, who's averaging a triple double for the year. You find somebody like Harden, who's putting up like 35 points, and James is averaging 28.
Right, but that's not saying that James isn't turning on. I mean, if he's averaging 28 a game, that's a pretty nice season.
It's a really, really good season. It's the second best season, second best player of the season. Mm-hmm. But there's one guy that's better. But then in the playoffs,
right? I hear that. But then LeBron James is usually defending one of the better players on the other team every single night. So, yeah, but you know what? Like with that statement, Mike. I think to me that statement is an example of how like you affect the game in other ways besides offense is overlooked.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree. You look at somebody like Harden that wins MVPs and doesn't play a lick of defense.
No,
right.
Yeah, you want to give him Offensive Player of the Year? Give him that. Don't give him MVP. Because he's not the most valuable player if he can't play defense. I'm sorry, you can't get that award. You shouldn't get that award, I should say.
You shouldn't, and that's a good point, Sean. They should develop that. defensive player of the year, offensive player of the year, MVP. It should be 3 separate things.
Yeah, but no, that's good. Good points by Spider Cheetah. I love that name too, Spider Cheetah.
Time for the 7 percenters.
Thanks for tuning in, brother. What are you drinking? What is it?
Dogfish Head ATO.
That should be interesting. Wolski said, "How about the Limp Bat Award?" Yeah. So one last thing about the Phillies. I know we were kind of jumping around here. That's what we do. The Mickey Moniak thing. You guys brought it up. I just wanted to hit on that real quick. The fact that he's finally making his major league debut tonight. I guess he's starting tonight. Or he started tonight. I mean, look, he's 22. He's a little. I guess if you look at when he was drafted and all that stuff. I mean, he was drafted first overall in 2017, 16. So 5 years in the system. He's finally getting his chance. A little slower. A little slower than most people would like, but he's finally up here. Do you think he has the ability to stay up here with the roster with the Phillies?
Well, I don't know. Like that's an unknown. I will say what you've seen out of him in preseason this year in spring training was promising. I was previously kind of like, oh, what the fuck, the Mickey Moniak. Yeah. I didn't realize he was only 22 years old. Like, I just found that out when they called him up. So, and you've been so weak at center field. So why not? Like, let's see what this kid's got. Like, he deserves a legitimate shot.
Yeah, when he was drafted, it was the comparable was Christian Yelich.
Wow.
Now, Christian Yelich wasn't Christian Yelich yet, but Christian Yelich was a nice player. Mm-hmm. He was a kind of the top of the lineup guy, a speedster. Covers a lot of ground, hits for average type of thing. And then all of a sudden, Yelich starts hitting home runs. It's like, I fucking hope he turns out like Christian Yelich. And it's just hard when you're first overall. You expect that kind of player to have an impact, like a Pat Burrell, right? Pat Burrell spent 1 year in the minors, and he was with the Phillies in 2000. The other thing, though, too, is that the Phillies haven't been
pat the bat.
But that team was dreck in 2000, and the fans were clamoring because of what happened with JD Drew.
Yeah, you needed something.
Yeah, you had nothing. You had Scott Rowland, Bobby Abreu, Kurt Schilling, who won it out, and you had Desi Relaford and fucking John Zuber. Like, it was time. Like you had. I think. I guess Lieberthal is still your catcher, but you're probably looking towards the end with him. So you're kind of putting, Band-Aids in there like Benito Santiago and guys like that, you needed something. This team, I don't think was in that position. I hear what you're saying. Like they had a weakness there at outfield, but then you got, you signed Andrew McCutchen, you signed Bryce Harper, and then you kind of forget about Moniak. You're like, yeah, we're okay.
And it looks like McCutchen, he may be done.
It looks like he has a decent night tonight so far, but I know, man, he's having a rough go this year.
We all said that though when he blew his knee out, that you may have just seen the end of Andrew McCutchen.
But he had a pretty decent year last year.
But does last year count though, Mike? Like we just said, like the 55 games, you know what I mean? Like
he's a year younger last year as well.
Yeah, like he's up there in age.
He's 35.
But getting back to the Moniak thing, like one other thing you got to keep in mind, like it's very rare that a guy even drafted number 1 just immediately comes up and lights it up. Mm-hmm. It's rare. Like you had Pat Burrell, who, you know what I mean. The one even Steven Strasburg, like it took him like 3 years, like with injuries and getting used to Major League baseball. It took him 3 years to become what he is now. Mm-hmm. So like you do have guys here and there that they come up and light it up right away, but it's rare. So he's 22 years old.
But does it usually take 4 years? I don't know.
If he's only 22 years old, we drafted him 5 years ago. He was 17. He was 17, man. He's a fucking baby.
Right, so it's time for him to come on and grow.
Now, right, like he's been in the system 5 years. It's like this is his shot. This is it. Like he's got to prove it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I guess the other part of it is that you don't even hear about him as like one of their top prospects.
No, you don't. You don't anymore. You don't.
Right.
And the Phillies have a history of like top prospects where, Dominic Brown, Scott King.
No.
What? Oh, yeah. Scott Kingery doesn't look.
Chew your head, you Jew motherfucker, you.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it anymore.
Yeah,
I'm
we
kidding.
get through this every.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Hey,
No.
So I got I don't know if we want to get to it now.
Fuck me my ass. Yeah.
Fuck with my ass, man.
I'll be right back. I need
real quick, Archie Bradley. Archie Bradley went since we last did our show. Went on the DL. He's going to be out like 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yep.
That's huge.
Fuck.
I'll be right back.
Fuck with my ass, man. Shit.
Thanks for that oblique injury. There it is.
So I got 2 lists here. I don't know if we want to go through them. I got the top 10 rated QBs, rookie QBs.
Why
in the past 40 years.
Yeah, why don't we wait until we get to football?
Well, no, I'm saying I don't know if you want to do that this week or not. I'm not talking about.
Yeah, no, we could do that.
Okay.
Yeah, we could get to that. Yeah, we'll do that tonight for sure.
Okay.
For sure,
man.
For sure. I'm from Utah, for sure.
For sure.
No worries, for sure. My favorite team is the Jizz, for sure.
Fucking Mormon motherfucker.
Many a night, brother.
Yeah, I know.
So you just gonna switch the word "fuck" around, and that's you're gonna say "fucking Mormon" and then "Mormon motherfucker." Just
fucking Mormon motherfucker. There it is.
More men.
It's all jizz.
I'm coming day and night.
You're probably what the fuck are these guys talking about? All right, you guys ready for some while you were drunk?
Let's do it.
I am not drunk, man. You're trying to make me drunk.
It's time to catch up on some things you may have missed.
You're not drunk.
Is acceptable.
Wow, you were drunk.
I'm drunk. I love cats. What do you need to know?
So Mark wants to know how do you get an oblique injury? Twerking?
Hear that when you're bending over taking this stanky?
Yeah, well,
It stinks.
Ryan showing you right now on the screen.
Shake that ass.
Are lucky enough to watch the feed.
Damn, bro.
While you were drunk. While you were
Go fuck yourselves. At least I'm willing to do it. I'm fucking supporting the show.
An ass clap.
I can't do that.
I don't want to do it. Hideki Matsuyama won the Masters last week. He almost blew the lead too towards the end there. He had a 5-stroke lead with 5 holes to go.
Well, his mom blow laming him.
Yeah, he had a
kind of like the Sixers.
Yeah, he had a rough hole. Like I think it was like hole 16 or something.
He's got a rough hole. He's got a rough hole.
And it was getting hairy. It was a hairy hole.
How's that hole?
A hairy, rough hole.
It's fucking rough, that hole.
I'll tell you what.
It wasn't well trimmed?
It wasn't well trimmed at all. And I got to tell you,
my hole hurts.
He was hitting bombs that Japan hasn't seen since Hiroshima. He did pretty good, man.
How long you been holding on to that, Sean?
All week.
God damn it.
Jesus Christ. What's worse, Hiroshima or Godzilla?
Oh, Godzilla. Oh, Kyle. Oh, Kyle.
Oh, Kyle.
I saw Kyle.
Oh, man.
You fucky sucky for $2. You kiss him.
Oh, man. All right. So while you were drunk,
oh, Kyle. I'm sorry, Kyle.
sorry, Kyle. That's when they did the fucking
the human centipede.
Human centipede, yeah.
Fucking
he takes it. It's like.
I saw you, Kyle.
Me love you long time.
So Kevin James, we all
I know where you're going. I know where you're going with this.
We all know Kevin James. I don't know if we all like Kevin James, but we all know Kevin James. Kevin James is playing Sean Payton in a movie about Bountygate.
No, it's not about Bountygate.
So I thought it was.
No, it's when Bountygate took place and Sean Payton coached his 6th grade kids football team.
Oh.
That's what it's about. Him coaching the 6th graders football team.
So it was during Bountygate.
I was threading the needle.
So
he's whipping.
He doesn't look anything like Sean Payton.
No, he doesn't. They should have got Munez from fucking kid in the what the fuck's that show called? Malcolm in the Middle. Frankie Munez.
Oh yeah.
He looks like Sean Payton. Should have got him to play him.
But I guarantee this movie, it makes Sean Payton like they're going to lose a game or two, and then Sean Payton's going to inspire them, and then they're going to go on a run. Like you've seen this movie before, guaranteed.
Are they going to do the whole like perch lip thing, like he's standing on the sidelines with his perch lips, all upset?
I fucking hate Sean Payton.
I hate Sean Payton.
Oh my god!
I used to think he was all right, but man, he runs up the score like he's awful.
He's such a hate the face dude.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, why did he survive COVID? That cocksucker.
What a fucking jitbag.
Well, someone who probably shouldn't survive also, Britt Reed. Britt Reed was formerly charged with DWI.
Yeah, how does he still have a job?
Yeah, for his Super Bowl.
He does?
Well, he doesn't. He's not with the Chiefs anymore.
He was
released. He's not?
No, he was released like a week or two after it happened. Right before the Super Bowl, they released him.
Yeah, it was like 2 nights before the Super Bowl, I think it happened, right? So, yeah, it left a young girl in bad condition. She's still not doing too well. So
she got brain damage.
Yeah, so it's
that's
fitting.
fucked up.
And he should, I mean, really, he should get the book thrown at him, and
he's facing a max of 7 years in prison.
You know what? The other thing is, it's not like it's his first. He's been a douchebag his whole life.
My ass, man. Shit.
Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
I was going to say the guy's been a douchebag his entire life. Like, it's not his first, running with the law. So
and his brother died drunk driving, like
driving down the freeway.
Yeah, like you make
no more.
You get a fucking Uber.
Right, not even an Uber. Like he makes enough money, he should have a personal driver.
Yeah.
Fucking Gary.
Down alleys roll, driving down the freeway.
Fucking put him, Tiger Woods, and fucking Sean Payton in the car together.
Right, so now we got Ben Simmons, Tyrese Maxey, Furkan Korkmaz, Matisse Thybulle, and Tolliver on the floor.
All right, well, that's better than what you had earlier.
Probably better off with Stevie Wonder driving.
It's better. It's better than what you had out there in the end of the first quarter into the second quarter, though. So I'll take that.
Oh shit! There's a kid. Stop line.
It's for anybody that thought those the bumps that they put on the yellow lines were like braille for blind people.
Yeah, that wasn't a speed bump. That was a kid. Now it's got brain damage. You fuck.
I thought it was superstition, sucking on my balls.
I thought it was superstition, running that kid over.
Superstition splattered on the walls.
He didn't fucking run a kid over. It was a car accident. The fuck? You didn't run anybody over.
No, Stevie Wonder did. He just doesn't know about it.
Fucking guys.
Bunch of childs.
Christ.
Must be superstition splattered on the walls.
Must be a superstition. Thought it was a speed bump. Fuck that kid.
And breaking news: FedEx is having a mass hiring event.
Yes, they are.
Oh, dude. While you were go ahead, Gar. While you were drunk,
Eight new positions need to be filled.
Lead vest required.
You must have a license to carry permit.
I don't even know what we're talking about. Probably for the best.
Where's the fucking shooting at FedEx?
Hey, people were killed.
It's funny, huh? Good.
Metal detectors and lead vest.
Then you wonder why no one fucking listens to this show. Oh, Jesus.
And a flap jacket.
Yeah, flap jacket.
FedEx delivering promises across the world.
Our target, ready? Our target audience is Mark, and Mark only.
Mark's like, hey, I listen.
Oh boy.
FedEx. Even if you die, your package will make it.
Wilson!
Yo, how come every time there's a mass shooting, they bring up Betty White? Betty White. Betty White.
Oh, no.
All right.
Mark said bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang. Shoot 'em up.
Julian Edelman.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
Julian Edelman.
What's this? For the bullet holes, puta.
Where's my root beer?
What is that? What's that from?
That's fucking New Jack.
New Jack City? Jeez, I haven't seen that movie in fucking 20 years, man. Julian Edelman calls it a career. His contract was basically terminated by the Patriots, and he basically said, "Fuck it, I'm done." And then the egregious conversation starts. Is he a Hall of Famer? Absolutely not.
Like we're not even addressing that.
No. 35 touchdowns, 6,000 yards. How are you a Hall of Famer with those numbers?
A hell of a hustle player, a good playoff performer, but
he was a in-game performer. He wasn't a superstar.
Right.
Not a Hall of Famer because
a guy you had to worry about if you played against him. But he also played with Tom Brady. Would he have had that kind of career if it wasn't Tom Brady? So.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Jamal Murray of the Nuggets, huge blow for the Nuggets. Jamal Murray's out with a torn ACL.
When did the NBA start playing games on Fridays at 12:45?
Right. The hell is that about?
I seen the live video. As I'm scrolling through Facebook of him hurting his knee, I'm like, they're playing right now. Is this from last night?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting, I don't know, West Coast though, 10 o'clock.
No, it's even worse. So they're playing at 10 in the morning.
Yeah,
you're talking 12:45.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm drinking. Drinking.
A real woman could stop you from drinking.
It has to be a real big woman.
Yes, it would.
That cocksucker has no friends.
Colton Underwood. You guys know who Colton Underwood is? Oh, so all right. So real quick. So Jamal Murray, with him getting hurt, man, the Nuggets were a team I was looking at going, they have a legitimate shot at making some noise in the playoffs.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't even talking about Jamal. I'm sorry. The one I seen today was Donovan Mitchell.
Oh, I saw that too on Bleacher Report.
Yes.
He got hurt. That was he limped off the court kind of.
He had to be carried. He had to be carried off he had his arms around two teammates.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. So that hurts them. I don't know how serious of an injury that is, but but I do know for a fact that Jamal Murray's done for the season. So that Nuggets, and then obviously the Jizz, they get hurt by that. So I don't know how long he's gonna be out for. I haven't heard anything about it.
No,
yet.
I haven't heard an update on the injury, but that ankle went a certain way, and then he had to be carried off.
Yeah.
Basketball.
All of a sudden, all of a sudden,
the Sixers are now down.
Yeah. What the this should not be a game. I'm sorry. All right. So do you guys know who Colton Underwood is?
The name sounds familiar.
Is he some country singer or something?
No, it sounds like one, right? He was one of these guys on The Bachelor. So I just asked.
He's
I asked this question.
You ever have a gal suggest that you need some attentions paid to your buttholes?
So he came out as gay.
Why are we talking about this?
Well, I just brought it up because I thought it was interesting. He's on a TV show where he's dating 50 women and gets to do anything he pretty much wants, and
fuck me in my ass.
And now he said that he's gay, and I don't know if it's from the show. No, of course not.
Maybe all the women.
He basically said he was having a struggle his whole life with it, and if you were
maybe all the women just said that he's got a small dick, so he said I'm gay now.
See, now it's what I was gonna say is I think going on The Bachelor was honestly a kind of a to reinforce something for him. Honestly,
he was confused.
Yeah, I'm not sure, and then
it was a diversion.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, man. That's a crazy story. I don't know. I just thought the whole thing was kind of interesting. You're on a show like that, you subjected yourself in the spotlight to be in a show like that, and then you say, nah, you know what?
He just can't. He just finally accepted the fact that he's just not attracted to women.
Pretty wild, man.
Yeah,
pretty wild story there. I tell you what, though, if I was on that show, I'd probably go the same way after a while. You'd be so oversaturated. No, I'm kidding. And I have a
like when you climb the rope in gym class.
That's right.
Or you do a commercial for Johnsonville Brats.
So, a baby.
What the fuck?
A baby was born in Iraq, and it's the first ever of this case. The baby was born with 3 cocks, 3 penises.
Hold up.
Yep.
Back to 3 dick train up.
3 dick train.
So there's been people born with 2 dicks?
Apparently.
Apparently
it forms out of the scrotum. So sometimes you get 2 dicks that form out of the same scrotum. And obviously, you're not going to walk around with 2 dicks for life.
So where would the 3rd one come out?
It's bad enough I'm on the show with 3 dicks.
I don't know. 3 times. Mark said 3 times the happiness.
Jesus Christ.
Lucky dude. So obviously they removed the other 2, but it's a really, really, really rare occasion.
Or 3 times the depression.
Named them Charlie Cox.
No. 3 times the rejection.
Yeah, right.
That's 3 dicks that don't get used.
Pretty crazy. I mean, I never heard of
or 3 different episodes on The Bachelor.
That's true.
3 different gay dudes.
So that's fuck you. That's while you were drunk. Should we do fuck you Ben real quick too, and then get into the NFL draft?
Sure.
All right. I think you guys are gonna like this one. Pretty sure you guys will like this one. We haven't done it in a while. Fuck you Ben.
Fuck you, Ben. Fuck you, Ben. Fuck you, Ben. Fuck you, Ben. Fuck you, Ben. Fuck you, Ben. Fuck you, Ben. Fuck you, Ben. Where the fuck you been? Where the fuck you been?
Where have you been? Dana Barrows.
Good ball.
Good one.
Dana Barrows, 5'11", point guard, began his professional career back in 1989. He was drafted by the Seattle Supersonics. He got to play with Gary Payton, Sean Tokyo Kemp. Then he was traded to the Hornets for Kendall Hill. Kendall Gill. I don't know if you remember him. And then 2
I
days
remember
later,
Kendall Gill.
2 days later, he was traded with Sidney Green, Danny Barrows, and their 1993 draft choice to the Sixers for Hersey Hawkins.
Oh,
and he received a lot more playing time at Philly. He was actually his playing time almost doubled what he was getting with the Seattle team. His scoring went up from 7.5 points to 13.3 points a game. And he is the last 76er to wear the number 3. And honestly, I guess he'll be the last one besides Allen Iverson to wear the number 3.
He was a good shooter, man.
Yes, he was. He 94, 95 achieved a career high in minutes per game, 40. Field goal percentage was 49%. 3-point was 46.4%. It's fucking pretty good. Scoring average, he averaged 20.6 points a game. Pretty awesome. Obviously, he made the All-Star team. He was one of the few Sixer. I think he was the only Sixer to make the All-Star team that year. If I'm not mistaken, he won. Oh, yeah, he did. He 4 times he appeared in the long-distance shootout during the All-Star game.
Oh, wow.
He won one.
He came in second twice.
He didn't win one?
No, I thought he did too. He actually won the league's most improved player in 1995 as well, the year he made the All-Star team. So pretty cool stuff there. So after he retired from basketball, he opened a Dana Barra sports complex in Mansfield, Massachusetts, and ended up actually bankrupting him. Didn't do too well. So he ended up becoming an assistant coach for the Northeastern University men's basketball team, and then he resigned not long after. Only 2 months he was there.
Wow.
He accepted a role as a director of recreation for the city of Boston. And right now he is in the media relations department for the Boston Celtics, and he serves as basketball insider for the New England Sports Network, the NESN network, and offers analysis and insight on New England's Sports Network Daily. So Dana Barros. There
Good
you
poll,
go.
Sean.
There you
Good
go.
poll.
Thank you. Giggity.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
I think it's time to talk some football. We haven't talked football in a while, and I'm going to be curious to see how this goes. But yeah,
did you guys like my suggestion of the top 5 guys that you want?
Mike, I seen what you said, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't dove that deep into the draft to be able to name you 5 guys.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I mean, I have guys on my list that I would like them to take. I mean,
we can get in that next week, like if you want, Mike. Like I'll do my research.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why, but anytime that something comes up that says mock draft, I click on it, and it comes up like almost every day.
Like 6 of them a day.
Well, like Jamie Lynch has 11 now. He has 11 mock drafts.
Yeah.
First of all, why am I going to take advice from Jamie Lynch? But whatever. It is what it is.
Who the fuck is Jamie Lynch?
I mean, no,
he's on the morning show on the Fanatic.
Jamie Lynch.
I mean, no disrespect meant to him. I mean,
I like Jamie Lynch
show in Philly, but why am I going to listen to Jamie Lynch's mock draft predictions? What do I care?
Yeah.
Like anyone that listens to us, what the fuck do you care about our opinions for? You fucks.
Yeah.
Now NFL draft. We'll hit on a little bit next week. Is our last show for 2 weeks, so we're going to actually not be on the air for the draft itself, and then a week following.
Yeah, the fucking producer's got to take time off.
I do. I need a fucking break. Dude, I can't even begin to tell you.
Fucking Floridian.
Yeah.
I hear you, dude. I'm looking forward to the week of July 4th. So I can't wait.
Burnout, dude. Burnout.
Yep.
So, but anyway, enough about
that. What do we got looking forward to after that?
So after that, and then not long after that, we'll all be together. But the week after that, Ryan and Gary and I will be back in person, and maybe about 2 weeks later, Mike will be back with us. So, pretty awesome. We'll be back in studio doing the show live.
I missed our 2 guns.
Yeah. By the end of May, the 4 of us will be back live in studio.
Pretty awesome.
2 guns.
Yeah. That deserves a cheers.
Yeah.
This has been been a long time coming, man.
Yeah, and
a year and 4 months.
It's been
and this virtual thing, it works, but I'm fucking tired of it. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, like I don't mind. I almost wonder for the viewers, like if it's better for them, for the viewers. But I think from a show perspective, it's better when we're all together.
Yeah, like it just feeds on. I don't know. It's just different when you're together. Like there's a different feed. There's a different feel.
I agree.
Yeah.
It
Sean,
gets
just make sure you dust the baseboard so there's a corner where we can sleep. You know what I'm saying, Sean?
Yeah, I might end up on your couch that night, Sean.
Yeah, that sounds good. I think it's gonna be a rough one for all of us.
That's a shot night.
Yes, it is.
That's a go out in the yard after the show, put a fire on, put the music on.
Throw some trash bags in the fire, make it smell.
Yeah, Burger King.
Harry Quinn say, for fuck's sake.
For fuck's sake. Bang.
So what are you guys thinking here? So I just want to hit on the NFL draft a little bit. We don't have to go super deep into it. I figured next week will be a little deeper. I know we're going to go through a list here with Mike. I'm curious to hear this, but the Eagles are sitting here at 12. We really haven't talked about this, and I think it's by design. They trade out of 6, they moved to 12. Now there's talks that they might trade back up. There was reports today from the Athletic that they might.
Well, I mean, they got more draft picks to move back down.
So my initial reaction is I get, and I know Mike's, I understand what Mike was saying, and we'll get to that in a second, but you had the number 6 pick, right? So I'm just going to give you my perspective. You had the number 6 pick. You can take whoever you want at that spot. You trade, you get a first-round pick, and you get some other picks also. You also traded a pick to move back to 12. Okay, fine. That's fine. Absolutely. No problem. And B's a fucking man, dude, by the way. And that's completely fine. However, now you're looking to trade back into the first top 10 picks and the only reason you would do that is because you're afraid that you're not going to get the player that you want. So I understand getting the first round pick, but just that sentence I just said, I don't know, man. It makes me feel a certain way that they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Well,
yeah, right, Sean, and they haven't come out and announced that they have full support of Jalen Hurts. He's our guy. We're going to build around him. I mean, they stockpile draft picks. I think they're going to go after a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
They're going
to do this draft.
Yeah, I believe they're going to try.
They're definitely going to try. They're definitely going to draft a quarterback. I don't see them drafting a quarterback at 12 or 10.
No, me neither. I think they draft a quarterback in like the 3rd round, maybe. This report that you hear today, I think this is just typical Eagles stuff. For everything that Howie does wrong, I'm not saying he's a good GM or anything. One thing the Eagles have always done, though, they do their due diligence, and if they get a vibe, this is where I completely agree with Mike. If they get a vibe that Patrick Surtain's definitely going to the Cowboys, that's a definite position of need. Maybe they didn't have this vibe when they traded from 6 to 12. So to move up one spot before the Cowboys to take the player that the Cowboys won again, like the Dallas Goedert thing, like I'd be completely fine with that, to move up to 9 to get Patrick Surtain.
Yeah, but I mean, so here's my thing. I know it sounds like you don't know what you're doing, this and that, but if it's the same thing that it's basically what the Dolphins did. If they traded from 3 to 12 and then back up to 6, nobody's asking what the fuck they're doing. They're like, wow, they're a wizard. They won the draft. They moved down 6 spots to probably get the same guy that they were going to want to get at 3, and they got an extra first rounder out of it.
It's like the Eagles when they moved progressively up to get Wentz.
Yeah. So I think if they trade a 3rd rounder, 3rd and 5th or whatever to move up, they trade one of the picks that they got in the draft, and they still hold the number 1 next year, to move up 3 spots to get the guy that they probably were looking at 6, like bravo. Like I don't see the.
Yeah, I
like you gave another first round pick and you still got the guy you wanted.
I do understand. Like I don't mean to come off like I don't understand. Like, getting a first round pick was big. It could end up being even bigger if they end up with 3 first rounders next year, which is a possibility if Ginger Jesus stays healthy for the Colts. It's different from the Wentz situation when they traded up for Wentz because they only moved up. They weren't moving up and then back and then up again.
Right.
Because then now, like some of those assets you gained, you're going to be trading away to move up 2 spots. Like a 3rd round pick and a 5th round pick and your 12th to move up to 9th, to me, like that's a lot. Like to move up 3 spots, that's a lot to me because you just acquired that 3rd round pick. And for a team that has this many holes, you can't, to me, you can't miss right now. You can't have another bad draft. If you have another bad draft with 11 picks, they're not going to draft 11 guys. I understand that. They're going to trade picks. I know that. But if you can't hit on some of these draft picks, then it's fucking over. Like
what if finally, Sean, and again, there's no reason to point to this that they finally do this, but what if you trade that 3rd, 5th, and 12 to move up to say not 8 or 9 and you get Micah Parsons? Like you finally draft a guy like a linebacker.
Well,
like,
I saw this earlier. I think it was yesterday. Somewhere on Twitter, someone posted a mock draft and had the Eagles taking Micah Parsons at 12. I don't think the Eagles take Parsons.
I don't think they want him.
They just signed Eric Wilson. They have Nate Singleton, who they're very confident, who ends up, looks like he might be a player in this league. You have 2 linebackers right there. I don't think they're going to take that pick. I think it's going to be either cornerback or wide receiver. And I think what they're siding on more, I know what I want more, but I don't know if they're siding that way. So
would you be terribly disappointed though if they got Surtain?
No, not at all.
Listen, the Eagles have egg on their face with the whole Carson Wentz thing. They haven't announced that they believe in Hurts. They haven't announced that he's the guy moving forward. We're going to build around him. They're stockpiling draft picks. I think they're going to try to make a move. They move up, and they're going to try to get Trey Lance. And they're going to.
But Garrett, why do they have to announce that they're behind Jalen Hurts? That plays their hand.
I understand that part. It's just my opinion. It's my point. That will be an Eagles move.
Yeah, but
I don't disagree with that.
That would be a Howie Roseman move.
I don't disagree with that.
You think that he's going to be there somewhere around 8, but then that's where I'm with Sean. If you want to Trey Lance, you stay there at 6, and you take Trey Lance. The first rounder that you're getting back, if you don't believe in Hurts and you want to take a quarterback, you're not worried about that first round pick you're getting back. You're worried about getting your quarterback. You might consider trading up instead of trading back. So I just don't see that. I think if they're considering trading up, and again, this is some rumor. If they're considering trading up, it's to get a Surtain or a Devonta Smith, or if Kyle Pitts falls, they might. That's
yeah.
Fucking Ryan.
I'm sorry.
We're going to wait 5 minutes and we're going to see what he's talking about, because apparently the Sixers are just about to take control and win this game.
But I understand what you're saying, Mike, and you're trying to make sense of what the Eagles do in the draft. Don't do that.
No. Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying my opinion. The Eagles never ever make sense when it comes to the draft.
No, they do.
I hear that. Like, that's a good point. But to what Mike's saying, like if you want it, like if you're all about Trey Lance, like you don't believe in Jalen Hurts, right? To counter to counter your point, if you're all about Trey Lance and you don't believe in Jalen Hurts, right? Why would you have traded back to 12 to move back up to trade the picks that you just got?
Right.
That's a good point.
That would make absolutely positive. As bad as Howie Roseman's been, that would make absolutely positively no sense.
But drafting Jalen Hurts didn't make any sense either, did it?
But you didn't move up to get him.
Okay.
So
Dude,
like I'm not completely against your point.
I'm just saying.
Right. Like I'm not completely against your point of a Howie Roseman move for getting a quarterback that you probably shouldn't draft. But to do it this way, that's really
it really would be an Eagles move though. And can you imagine this city completely imploding if they took Trey Lance out of North Dakota State?
I just seen the Cork Mods thing, so that's probably what you were cheering about.
Yeah,
15 minutes ago.
The game's pretty much over now.
Would that not be an Eagles move?
It would.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but that's like a Hollywood thing, man.
And that's where I'm at with Mike. Like that's so like, although it would be an Eagles move, but it's so like ridiculous. Like again, Gareth, not that I completely disagree with your point, but it's so ridiculous that I just don't see that.
Howie, listen to us.
Get this through your head, you Jew motherfucker,
Just take the best.
Okay. So you're saying take the best. So say they stay at 12. It's not sexy, but they take an offensive lineman. You're all right with that?
I don't think that's gonna be the best spot. I don't think that's gonna be the best player available at 12 anyway.
You know
There's
what?
There's two that could be.
What if the kid from Oregon? I'm not. And he most likely won't. But what if he falls?
Sway?
Yeah.
Sewell, yeah.
He's not falling to them.
But
I've seen it. I've seen mocks where he's,
What if he does? Like if he's there and we're at 12, I think you have to draft him.
Well, it depends. Who else is there?
I don't care.
I mean,
so you're taking Sewell over. You're taking him over Devontae Smith. You're taking him over Serta?
Yes.
So I don't think he's the best player though. I think Devontae Smith's a better pick than him. Like I think Devontae Smith's going to be having more of an impact than an offensive lineman. So that's not the best player.
You think that a wide receiver would have a bigger impact than your future left tackle?
Well, I think
at that point it comes a little bit more of a need.
Yeah, they're not giving up on Andre. They're not giving up on Andre Dillard yet.
Or Mulata.
Right. And man, I don't know. Who the fuck knows what this team's going to do? I mean, honestly. I mean, let's. They might move up 3. Polsky said they might need more pads and a new Gatorade container.
They're going to move up 3 spots and take Mac Jones.
Stop.
They're going. They're going to do something that's just going to make your head explode. They're going to do something that you're just like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, why do they do this? And I'm not going to, we're not going to be on the air to really explode.
That might be a good thing that we're not on the air.
Yeah. Give us like 2 weeks to kind of recover and come on.
And that's where I'm at. Like, there's 5 guys that I'm like, there's probably 4 that are going to be somewhere in that range that I'd be okay with. I'd even understand something like Slater. I'd be like, man, if it really breaks bad for him and they take Slater, fine. If they want J.C. Horn, fine.
I have no problem with Horn at 12. I have no problem with Horn at 12. If it's between him or Waddle and you decide that Horn's the guy, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I would prefer Waddle.
I would prefer Waddle too, but I can't yell and scream if they took Horn over Waddle.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'd be like, okay, it's probably a bigger need. So to me, there's only so many. It'd be hard for them to screw this up at 12. There's so many guys that they could take that seem like they'd be okay. Like they'd really have to, like, that's really go outside the box.
That's what this team has done to us. They've made us so pessimistic towards their draft.
I know,
but you can go back. But Mike, you can go back 1 year at 18. Like you know what I mean? You had the guy you should have taken right there, and because you know better than everybody, you take Jalen Reagor, and then with the second round pick,
and nobody even had Jalen Reagor
right as a first round grade. So and then with the second pick, like you had a linebacker there, and you take the quarterback. Like so, like to Sean and Gary's point. Like, I know what I think would make sense that they do, but
they can't. They can't. Like, there's too many. Like at 12, it's just it's too hard to screw that up that bad.
Mike, and that's the optimistic point of view that I'm at with it. Like, you just finally figure it out and take what.
But that's what I'm saying. There's 5 guys that, like, at that pick between maybe you go Slater. I'm like, all right, not my favorite, but I'm not gonna be pissed. You go Horn, you go Waddle, you go.
Well, you also have a cocksucking, meddling owner. You know what I mean?
But the cocksucking meddling owner's been meddling since he's been there, and
he didn't meddle when Andy Reid was here. No, he didn't.
Other reports you have that he has.
No, in 2002 they drafted Lito Shepherd and who was the other fucking cornerback?
Sheldon Brown. Yeah, but you don't know who was involved. I know Banner was there. Like, nobody knows what goes on behind all these reports. Half of this shit might be bullshit.
The only reason I said about Trey Lance, I mean, that would be an Eagles move with the history that we have had in the past 5 years. That's the reason I came to that conclusion. That's all.
Yeah, and like I said, I countered it, but like I said, like I can't disagree with what you're saying. I wouldn't, like, it would. I'd be pissed, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the top 5 are going to be gone. I think the top 5 quarterbacks are going to be going by about 15.
I think the
12. The top 5 is going to be going by like 8 or 9.
I think the top 4 go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Could be, yeah.
Mike, do you want to do your list?
Well, you want the quarterbacks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
quarterback.
I don't know if anybody's anybody else other than Mark's on that wants to kind of contribute on the feed, but top or past 40 years, I don't even remember who it was. Doesn't matter.
Fuck that fan, Mike.
Came up with the top rated rookie quarterback.
Joel fucking Embiid. Joel fucking Embiid.
Guess he's going to be MVP.
Mike's trying to make a point here, bro. We're analysts. We can't just focus on baseball.
No, we can do a little bit of both. It's all right.
You'll see it in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I got a commercial now. So
2 minutes. I got time to fuck.
Give me your list.
You can get 2 in by then.
Maybe 5. Yeah, 5, 10, even 50. Roll off some names in the top 40 years of quarterbacks that you think would be top rated.
So top rated over the past 40 years.
Yeah, this is before. They
were in the NFL.
Before they were, while they were like, this is like what somebody was rating them before they, before the draft, the pre-draft kind of like expectations or whatever.
Well,
Brian Leaf.
Ryan Leaf are both on that list.
Yeah,
yeah, dude, MB is a fucking man. That's great.
The dude on Tim Couch.
Yeah, Manning, Leaf,
the guy that the Raiders drafted, Jamarcus Russell,
Jake Plummer.
Jake
Plummer. Was he a first rounder? Was he highly touted?
Montana was 79, so that doesn't count. So
no, for 40 years it might.
No, it doesn't. I was born in 79. I'm 42.
42.
Yeah, all right. So maybe it doesn't.
So Dan Marino.
Dan Marino.
John Elway was
no, he was a number 1 pick.
He was also drafted by the
Yankees.
The Yankees, so they weren't sure. Oh, man.
No, he didn't go number 1. He didn't go number 1 because who had the number?
Yeah,
he told him if they drafted him, he's going to play baseball.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put Elway on that list.
Steve Young.
Vince Young.
Vince Young. Yeah, he was a Heisman Trophy winner, right?
Donovan McNabb.
I don't know if he was highly touted. Was he?
What's his Matt Leinart?
Matt, I was going to just say that. Matt Leinart.
Yeah, but Leinart did he get drafted high?
I don't think he. I don't think he did. How about one that fell? Aaron Rodgers.
I don't know if Matt. Well, I'm not going to put. So how many spots is this list, Mike?
It's 10.
So I'm not.
And then there's like 5 honorable mentions.
See, I'm going to say that Rodgers is not on that top 10.
Okay.
That's just me. I'm looking up.
Michael Vick.
Yeah, I had him.
Matt Leinart was the 10th pick overall.
Okay.
How about Brett Favre?
More than 40 years. No. What am I talking
No, it's not more. I don't know if he was highly touted though.
It feels like it.
So I had Vic. I can't believe it. Vic was not on the list. He was one that I had on the list.
Wow.
How about I got one more?
I would have double bagged it.
Jake Plummer.
I just said that, you cocksucker.
Yeah, and we all laughed at him.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I was looking at Matt Leinert's numbers. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Marcus Mariota.
How about Whedon?
How about Jalen Hurts? Because he was on the top 10 on the Eagles list.
He was number one on the Eagles list.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll give you a couple of mine. I had
Let's listen to Mike's list.
Mine that I had listed that didn't make it. I had Barrow. Didn't make the list. Marino did not make the list. Vic did not make the list. Montana probably was too old. Matt Stafford, I thought might have. Did not make the list.
Wow.
Eli did not make the list.
Phil Rivers?
Phil Rivers did not make the list.
Sam Bradford
did not make the list.
Wow.
So for those that they're just tuning in, so we're talking about these are rankings of the top ranked, like the pre-draft rankings of quarterbacks in the last 40 years. Who would be on that list before the draft? So
all right, ready? All right, so
start from
Lawrence. All right, I'll get the honorable mentions. Couch is an honorable mention.
Is his middle name sits on?
Tim Couch, man.
Tim sits on the couch.
You said Paul Cruz.
Bernie Kosar.
Wow. Oh, wait. I got one. Rick Meyer.
Nice.
Ooh.
Not on the list.
It's not on the list? Wow.
He was the next Joe Montana.
One more.
Sorry.
Bobby Hoying.
No, he was like a third round.
Yo,
was
fuck
he?
you, man.
Just saying, Sean's favorite quarterback.
Yeah. Steve Young did make the list.
Okay.
He was in the supplemental draft, actually.
Yeah, he played in the World League.
Yeah.
Out of this world, man.
Here you go.
Best in the world, man.
Best in the world.
I think he was drafted 38th overall, so I don't know what the hell happened on this. Boomer Esiason.
Wow.
Here's one.
He was a good quarterback.
Here's a college name that everybody probably is like, oh, yeah, this makes sense. Vinny Testaverde.
Yeah.
Wait, that's within the last 40 years, though? I guess so.
Yeah, he
played in the 80s. That's the 82 or 83 draft.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Hey, Mike, what about fucking Jeff George?
Good call, yeah.
Well, that's good. He's not
All
on
right.
Jeff
Not
George.
on our list now.
Okay.
So here's your top 10.
How about
number 10?
RG3? RG3.
Not on the list.
All right.
Number 10.
Jamarcus Russell has to be on that list.
Number 10, Josh Allen. Went 7th overall.
Damn.
Okay.
Number 9, Troy Aikman.
Okay. Oklahoma.
Number 8's Leaf. Mentioned him.
Okay.
Number 7, Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah, Bledsoe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he was definitely highly touted coming out. For sure. Wow. Okay.
This guy went 7th overall, a total bust. Here's a name for you. Andre Ware.
Oh, wow.
Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
The 14th pick, injured at the time of draft, first 2 years in the USFL. Jim Kelly.
He only played 2 years in the I thought it was, I mean, not that it matters. I thought it was 4, though.
Yeah, that's what I wrote up. I don't have the top 5 in any particular order, unfortunately.
Here's another name, Mike.
Or top 4.
What about Mark Brunell?
I was going to say Warren Moon, but I think Warren Moon's too early.
Yeah, he probably too early.
Yeah.
Andrew Luck.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We called Peyton.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Peyton was.
You guys are going back and forth on it. You should have stuck to your guns. John Elway.
Wow.
He was like one of the top. He was like one or two.
Yeah,
overall.
he was. I just wasn't sure if because he was going to play baseball, if that took him down. That's the only reason why I took him off that list.
Yeah. Same here.
But the thing is that like the ratings for the guy.
Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't matter whether he was going to play baseball or not. From
Who did he tell who did he tell not to draft him? Was it the Colts?
Yeah. Well, it was the Baltimore Colts.
And he told him, if you draft me, I'm going to play baseball.
Yep.
And Trevor Lawrence is on there.
Okay.
I'm curious to hear who's number 1.
Well,
I think it's somewhere. It's the top 4 were Luck, Peyton, Lawrence, and Elway. I think Luck might have been 4. So between Peyton, Lawrence, and Elway, they're like your top 3.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can totally see all that. I don't think I can argue with any of them.
I can't. I'm really shocked that Jamarcus Russell's not on that list.
And I'm shocked that Rick Meyer.
Yeah, he's another one. Like he was the next Joe Montana coming out of Notre Dame. Yep.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, Luck's on there, but RG3, who people were considering over Luck, didn't make the list.
Right.
Yeah, the Colts and the there was a debate, like if the Colts should take Luck or RG3 with the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
The Redskins.
Now again, this is one jackass's opinion of his, write-ups and ratings.
Right.
Sean, the Washington football team.
Well, they were the Redskins at the time, so
yeah.
So fuck that.
They went up and fucking.
How about what about Johnny Utah?
Hey, Utah, give me
2.
Cool, man. That was interesting. All right, so I got one more topic, and then we do popcorn. We're good with that. We're good with the draft.
We're going with Terrell Owens. Get your popcorn ready.
Yeah, we're good with the draft for now, right? We'll really cover it next week a lot more. All right, Flyers.
All right.
What's
While you do this, I'm going to pee so I can do popcorn.
Okay.
Fucking Flyers.
Were you going to say something, Mike?
No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm going to
You know what, Sean? That's a bitter, awful, heartbreaking subject.
So they made 2 trades, and that was it. I thought they were going to make a little more than that. I thought they were going to, hopefully shed some decent salary.
Yeah.
Maybe to a contending team. Like the Kings traded Jeff Carter to the fucking Penguins, which is weird. But, Jeff Carter's still a sniper in his league. He can still play, and
he's still viable.
Yeah, and so the Flyers, I thought if you could find a taker and maybe eat some of his salary, would you trade Voracek? Would you trade, I don't know. I mean, you're not trading Giroux, but, if you had a taker, would you trade Konechny?
Yes.
I would too. I would have too. If you could have found a taker to give you a couple, a team that either give you a decent prospect or a high draft pick, I would have traded to Konechny too. I think that I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with him, but
I mean the expectations that were set for this team in the beginning of the season. I mean, and you see what happened.
Yep.
Like what the fuck?
So they trade Eric Gustafson, their big free agent acquisition. They trade him away, and then they traded Michael Raffle to Washington.
Yeah.
Michael Raffle, did you know he passed Eric Lindros? Or he was second, with Eric Lindros with the most games played. In I think since the 90s.
For the Flyers?
Yeah.
No.
He had over 500 games played for the Flyers, Michael Raffle.
Yeah, but
look Giroux's got to pass him, right?
I don't know. I think Raffle. I don't think so.
But the positive, they extended Lawton.
They did, yeah, and that's good. Yeah. I like Scott Lawton.
I mean, you could definitely tell this season compared to last season, they definitely missed Niskanen.
Yeah, but it's not just Niskanen.
I mean, that's a good point of it, part of it, Mike, because the Flyers don't know what a blue line is.
See, and that's where I'm going to go. Like, they are missing Niskanen, but if you're telling me that the Flyers are in the shape this year right now because of Niskanen ain't there, that's a crap.
No, bro. I'm just saying that factors into the problems.
It does, but I think the biggest problem with this team, the young stars that we have supposedly aren't turning into stars.
Which is basically the same thing that happened 5 years ago with Wayne Simmons and Voracek.
Right, exactly. It should, and I'm not completely against the Scott Lawton extension, but to me, it's just more of the same. So you extend a guy that's going to give you 23 goals a year.
I'm sorry, Scott Lawton. Michael Raffle played more games than Eric Lindros, Paul Holmgren, and Dave Poulin.
Yeah, what was it, 546?
Yeah, yep. So, not more than Giroux. I'm sorry.
So, like, you're going to build this team now around going to the future around Scott Lawton. So, like, so you're looking. I mean, it's so sad with Giroux's career. Like, you never got him that bona fide goal scorer, so Giroux could play to his complete potential, and it just looks like more of the same.
Oh, you did for one season,
and then you let him go.
Yeah.
But he was more facilitator that year, though. I thought Yager was setting Giroux up more, right? Wasn't he?
Well, either way.
However it worked, he solidified the offense.
Yeah.
Was that not a fun year to watch Yager, man? Like, what? Jeez.
Man, I hated Yager, too.
Yo, Zach Eflin tonight. 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 6 Ks, no walks.
Nice. Good for him.
Yeah.
He's definitely
might be the best pitcher on the team.
He's made progress.
Right now. Well, I mean,
Wheeler,
it's only his third start. I still think Zach Wheeler is the best pitcher on the team. But this is what you need from Eflin. This is what you need.
It's great, man. It's good shit to see out of him. I think his ERA is below. If it's not below 2, it's right around. It's hovering right around 2. 2 right now through 3 starts. That's great.
And even that game he lost in Atlanta, he gave up 2 early runs, but he kept them in it for 6 innings, man.
That's good stuff, man. He's learning how to pitch finally. So the trade for Jimmy Rollins is finally paying
looking decent. Yeah.
Man, that goes back that far.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
2015, I think.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. All right, who's got popcorn? Is that Ryan?
Yeah, I do. Hold up. Let's not. Come on, let's talk about something else for a minute.
All right.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Refreshing my drink.
This guy with the My Hot Dick on his shirt.
My Hot Dick. That's basically what this job is. Tell you the fucking truth. Like,
My Hot Dick.
Like, have you ever been in a place that was just like it? They fly by the seat of their pants, and it's like controlled chaos
every day, bro.
No, I don't work in a place like that at all. No, not at all.
I hear you, Sean.
My place is so organized. Everything's so well run. It's like a big jar of lube.
5 weeks and I still ain't got a fucking pay stub.
You don't do shit either.
Nah, you're like that fucking dude.
You fucking cocksucker.
You're like the dude in office. You're not even. You haven't been on the payroll in 5 years, but you still work there every day.
How to do from the office with the stapler?
He's like Kramer. I don't even really work here.
Hey.
All right. I'm ready when you guys are.
Hey,
All right, go for it.
Okay, so 1982.
5 weeks, I'm still there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's an accomplishment for you, bro.
You already passed through 25% of our poll from a few years.
All right, 1982, number 10.
Wait a goddamn fucking minute.
All right, am I doing this?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
All right, number 10. Number 10. Chariots of Gary, you gonna shut the fuck? Gary's finally drunk. He's finally drunk.
What's the matter? You don't like it when your segment's interrupted?
Gary, shut the fuck up.
Hey, fuck you.
Today, Junior.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Every time it's my turn, you got something to say.
Gary, do me a favor. Go get a
Mom,
job.
Dad,
Go
brothers
get a
arguing
job at
again.
FedEx.
What a fucking shitbag.
All right, number 10 in 1982. Chariots of
shut up.
Chariots of what the fuck?
Fuck with my ass, man. Shit.
Are we doing this or are we just gonna?
Or the brothers just gonna keep arguing?
I don't need no wolf. I still got a silver bullet.
Now you better check your fucking. You better check your tone the way you're talking to me, son.
All right, number 10 is Chariots of Fire.
Chariots of Fire.
Never saw it.
Me neither.
Nope.
Number 9, the best
Cheery
little
addict,
horse.
folks.
Garrett, shut up. Number 9, the best little whorehouse in Texas.
Number nine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Number nine.
Garrett, for real.
Yeah.
Number 8. You're the only one that's laughing.
Bunch of childs. That was coming.
Number 8, Poltergeist. Yo, that movie.
That creeped me the fuck out.
The next time we see Papa Sheed at the show, ask him about that movie.
Yeah, you should.
Yo, my mom made him watch it, and to this day, like, don't talk to him about Poltergeist. My dad's not a scary movie person.
Oh,
and that movie fucked him up.
Really?
Yeah.
He had to turn his TV on and shit.
He's a pussy.
Yeah. All right, number 7. Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan.
Is that the one with the worms and the maggots?
I couldn't tell you. I haven't watched 1 minute of a Star Trek movie.
Yeah, see, Sean got it.
The new ones, man. The new Star Trek ones that they reboot, they were pretty good, man. Because they weren't as geeky, and they did a nice job with it. But the original ones, I had a hard time going through them.
Never a Star Trek fan.
Really?
Never. Number 6, Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope. That actually came out the year before, and it's still number 6.
that's right. Yeah, we just talked about that. That was on the list last year.
What the hell is a Star Wars?
Wait a minute.
No, that's not even the year. It's
That's
78. It came out 78. And
they re-released it?
No, in 1982, it's still on the list at number 6.
What the fuck?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Fucking
You know what? I'll bet you that the next Star Wars movie or something was ready to come out or something.
That's what I'm thinking. They re-released it or something. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Okay.
It made $86,000 that year. So
86,000. It was
number 6. You got to remember, it was different in the early 80s, dude.
Man.
All right, what's your next one?
What are you in a fucking rush to go somewhere?
Yeah, what the fuck?
No, I'm fine.
You calm your fucking tits.
Number 5.
On my tits.
Number 5. It's kind of a cult. Never a big fan of it. Porky's.
Porky's.
It's all right.
Yeah, well,
it was like soft.
Kind of the Animal House.
It was like soft.
Yeah. All right, number 4. This is a tribute to our fallen comrade Dave. Guy he always looked like an officer and a gentleman. Richard Gere.
Yes.
Damn.
I used to always call him that too. Fuck you, officer and gentleman. Fuck you, guy. Like, I don't even call him Richard Gere. Just call him "fuck you, officer and gentleman." And, like, people take a second, like, he does look like Richard Gere.
Number 3, on Golden Pond.
on Golden. That was when they pissed and let it freeze over.
That's all right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Another geriatric movie.
Yeah.
Hey, you're embarrassing yourself, you geriatric fuck!
All right. Number two. What's your prediction? Pain.
Oh, no.
Rocky
Fucking
3. Rocky 3.
Rocky 3. Okay.
Rocky 3, yeah.
Maybe the worst of the franchise, if you ask me.
No, it's not. Rocky fucking 5.
Rocky 5.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Go ahead, Ryan.
He's all retarded.
Get this cocksucker started
My,
on Rocky.
my ring's outside.
Yeah, fucking, his brain's fucking watermelon at that point.
Me, Tommy.
Yo, Tommy, I ain't hear no bell yet.
Nah, number 3 had fucking Hulk Hogan in it. Thunderlips. That was
Thunderlips.
Yeah. 3 was all right, man. 3 was all right. That was Mr. T, right? Mr. T.
I've been in the pool. You a chump. I'm the champ.
Nah,
Hey,
number 3.
yo, how about when he tells hey woman, won't you step down here? Come on,
show
you're
you
a
a real
real man.
Yep.
You just a chump. I'm a champ.
All right. Number one.
Number 1, I think we all know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Except Mike. Except Mike.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Ouch. Except for Mike. He doesn't know what ouch is.
Phone home.
By the end, usually by the end of the show, it's like where like Gary looks like ET towards the end. He's all fucking dead and white, and he's fucking laying on the thing. He's because all his plants are dying. Fucking Gary's eyes are closed. Looks like ET at the end. He's all
Reese's Pieces eating cocksucker.
All right, so
Elliot Hobo.
Yeah, his toilet lid falls on his deck.
all right, some honorable mentions.
You're killing him! Leave the toilets up! Leave the toilet lids up! He's running the house.
Yo, how about when
he's still touching his dick?
Neck's all long, toilet sitting on his deck.
How about when whoever opens the fridge and smacks him in the head and he just drops? I think it was Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, before
No,
she
talk about a pig.
Yeah.
Sorry, some honorable mentions. Number 12, still on the list from the year prior. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
2 Spielberg movies in the top 12.
All right. Number 14. I can't find his legs. He's all over the place. I can't find his legs.
Oh, God. Fucking Stallone with another fucking Rocky? Or Rambo?
First Blood.
First Blood? That was actually a good one. First Blood was a good one.
I could have killed him. I could have killed them all. I could have killed you. Let it go. Number 16, Conan the Barbarian.
That's a great fucking movie, man.
Barely speak English.
Here's a horror flick. Number 18, Friday the 13th, Part 3.
Dude, hold on a minute. The first one came out in 1980. So
the third one.
80, 81, and 82. They released a movie every year since 80. Actually, Part 3 was in 3D, by the way. It's corny as fuck.
Yeah. All right, so where was I? All right. He even cries in this one, dude. Number 25, Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Well, that's 25. I would have thought that would have been higher.
Remember when he passes the test? He's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I got my daughter in there."
Fucking Spicoli.
I did it.
Spicoli.
Yo, he has pizza delivered to the fucking classroom.
He said my daughter in there.
Number 31.
Sorry, Mr. Spicoli, there's no pepperoni on this.
He said my daughter in there.
Number 31, Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, see?
That was out in 81.
Okay.
What the hell is a Star
That's what happened.
Raiders anyway?
So they released the other one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So another movie that was released in 81. I love this movie. Taps. Matthew Modine, Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Matthew Modine's a motherfucker. He can be a motherfucker. Yo, by the way, so for the people that are local and that are listening, Independence Blue Cross Blue Shield commercial has the detective from fucking The Wire. Have you seen that commercial?
No.
Which detective?
Fuck, what's his name?
The dude who fucks everything.
McNulty.
Yeah, McNulty.
No, the black guy. The old detective. The old detective.
Oh, yeah.
He's in this fucking Independence Blue Cross Blue Shield commercial, dude. He's old as shit looking. And he turns around and looks at the kid with the broken hand in the chair.
Oh, that's him?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Freeman.
Yeah, Freeman. That's all right. Yeah.
The one that makes like furniture for like dollhouses and shit, and like sells it for, like, a whole bunch of money.
Yeah, they're trying to solve the crime, and he's just sitting there fucking doing his thing.
Number 50. Pink
Is that
Floyd.
not typical?
The Wall?
Yeah, The Wall, number 50.
Wow. It's been a while since I've seen that.
Yeah, I saw it once. It was enough for me.
You got to pop the fucking Sunshine Acid and fucking do it.
Yeah, I saw it once. Enough. It was fucking
It's the only way to watch it on acid.
boring as fuck.
Oh, that's not true.
If you ask me.
Nobody did.
Go fuck yourself, Gar.
How's fuck you?
Nobody did.
That's it.
All right.
Thank Christ.
So we probably haven't talked about it yet, but we got to give a shout out to the Toby and Bobby commercials.
Dude, they're fucking.
They're great, man. They're great.
They're so good. Yeah, they did a nice job with this commercial, man.
The Bobby bag and the Toby bag, the little Toby bag. It's adorable, just like you.
It's adorable, just like you.
You know, he's got a fucking big ass handful of goldfish.
Yeah.
It's like this.
He's counting. I like the first one that they premiered, and his fucking hand goes right through the bag.
I got more.
Yeah, it was good. Mike, it's been a while, but figured it'd be time. Well, guys,
that was me last night at the bar. Coworkers.
It's closing time.
We got to get out of here. Fuck.
Closing time.
A lot of fun, as always, hanging out and doing this. And we got one more show where we're all going to be.
It'll be draft heavy.
Remote. Yep. And it's going to be a draft heavy show.
Try and think of the top 5 non-QB players that you want to take.
Picks that out. Okay.
I want to touch one more thing on basketball.
Yeah.
A Phil Jackson quote. If you win 40 games before you lose 20, you're a championship contender. The Sixers are 39-17.
All right.
Huh.
Nice. All that hate and all that shade you're throwing and all the close games and stuff, but they're finding ways to win. They're beating good teams. The Clippers, even without Kawhi, are probably a pretty decent.
They're
team.
number one. They're number one in the NBA in offensive efficiency.
Yeah.
So it probably got a little closer than it should have, but they know how to close games this year, man.
Dude, that's the crazy thing. They've had a lot of close games, probably more close games than most years, but they win so many of them.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, it was fun, guys. Like we said, next week will be our draft show. We'll kind of get into it a little bit more, and we'll recap the Sixers and Phillies, obviously, and we'll do popcorn. We'll do all kinds of stuff. So it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird. Like, this is gonna be the last one, kind of set just like this. And like we said, Mike will still be remote for the 2 weeks after we come back, and then he'll be back in the house. So we're looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be a good time, and it's gonna be.
Yeah, but I'll be on virtual. You guys will hang out, and I'll still be on virtual.
Yeah, nothing will change for you, Mike, as far as anything. You're still gonna be hearing us, and we'll see you, and nothing will change. So,
yeah, I'm good with it.
Yep. All right, guys, we will see you guys next week, and Mike,
penis out.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Yep. Thank you, guys.